I'm helping one of the other students publish a book. It's a children's book about three witches, two children, and a dog. And I'm doing the illustrations on Adobe Illustrator and putting it together on InDesign. I've also been making some films as part of the project. I've learnt some Photoshop. I've learnt some interview techniques and things like that. I'm trying to think. There's so many. I think it's generally learning media skills, how to camera work, things like that. I'm learning about how to lay things out, about learning techniques on Adobe Illustrator. I've learned something about how to change the outlines and how to blend things, and it's just practice, really.
From the start, about planning the business.
Tell me more about this business.
So it's about me doing what I do best, which is building computers and fixing and upgrading them, because that's what I'm good at and I'm passionate about it.
So what have you been having to learn to do here to make it so you can get your own business?
So here I'm trying to learn like all the different aspects of managing it, so I can do a business plan and present it to the Princess Trust.
My projects I have been working on is autism overload. And on this project, it's basically from the eye view what people with autism try and focus with all the noises and so much more with that kind of stuff.
So what skills have you had to learn to do this? What support have you had? Can I just have a bit more information, please?
Well, I had a little help from...
Well, they're not going to know me, are they? So you can say my name if you want.
Why was your name? David.
Yeah.
Well, I had a little help with the project with Andy.
Who's Andy?
Say my name. David.
David. It's okay. Call me Andy if you like.
David. Well, I had a little help with my project with David. And other things I had to learn is a new editing software I have never used before, and another way of editing with just audio. It's my first time editing with audio because I'm used to editing with only with footage and film.
What else have you done here? You've been downstairs in the recording studio?
Being in the recording studio for the first time, it's really relaxing, peaceful, quiet, nice and calm to focus in there.
I started to do some podcast, and I did a series about, one was about music and the other one's going to be movies. I still got a little bit more to do. Probably the deadline's supposed to be about December, but I think it looks like it's gonna spill over to January. So when I started something, I would want to finish. Otherwise, it looks very bad if it was a different project presented to me come January.
Okay, so what sort of skills have you been having to learn to do these podcasts?
Used an iPad, a recorder, and then first of all you have to write up your plans on the podcast and write your questions on the computer, and then once you've done all of that, you ask and interview the people in the room in this BTM building, and then ask them questions and get them to answer the questions on the podcast. And once they've answered it, then I'll do the editing, and once all of that is done, put the jingle and the ending and piece it all together to form that video series for listeners.
I've been at BTM on the Hear Our Voice project. I've been working on my typing skills and general computer literacy. I've been working in the recording studio, doing voiceovers for different members and my own work. And I've been learning how to basically how to use a camera to record other people speaking. I'm hoping to publish a short story which I've written, which Saul is helping me with the illustrations with, and I'm hoping to get that digitally published on Amazon, and I'm hoping to record it as well in my own voice.
I've been working mainly on some projects with another organisation called Hive, which are an arts organisation in Shipley. I've been volunteering with them before. In fact, that's actually how I found out about BTM in the first place. We're looking at various bits and pieces, including things around accessibility, such as audio-described journeys, getting to Hive, and maybe some visual ones as well, and some of the work around that, but also looking at filming some short films which are, as I understand it, are a bit of a mix between maybe promotional for Hive, but also a bit of a teaching aid really, where various tutors in the various areas where Hive offer classes, which is kind of a big mix of sort of woodwork, pottery, glazing, other contemporary arts like textiles, drawing, painting. Different tutors will be doing short videos about some of the basic things that they offer in the classes at Hive. So it gives you a taste of what's available at Hive. So it might entice people to come along, or when they see the kind of resources that are available at Hive, like a kiln and a really well-equipped woodwork room, they might not realise that that's available at Hive. It also, I think, is going to be a bit of a teaching aid for some of the fundamentals in something like pottery, where if a tutor at Hive is sort of, 12 people in a class, knowing that there's this example online that they can say, try and teach them as well, but then a bit like if anyone wants to kind of brush up or be revised or just go a bit more slowly, they'll then be able to go and see that there's this 2 or 3 minute video available on YouTube or wherever, taking them through those basics so that they can go through at their own pace, in their own time, not just when there's a tutor available.
Well, next year I'm hoping to go to university, so the work I'm doing here on making films is really good for that. It's helped out a lot, and BTM have told me that they will help me with my personal statement from the work I've done here, and also that they'll help me with a lot more camera work and practice with all the techniques to do with filming. And the course I'm hoping to do is film and TV production, which has basically stemmed from working at BTM. I'm also joined Freelancer, which is a website where you can find work with graphic design, media, all kinds of the work we do here at BTM. I was given the idea by David, and he told me about it, and I looked into it. So I just thought I'd give it a go.
After this project, I obviously want to start the business. And probably get employment in another business because in case this doesn't work.
Well, when it comes to the time feeling comfortable to move on from here, I would like to start my own business on making videos and promotional videos for businesses from my local area and so much more from that.
Hopefully, after BTM, I'll look at various gig buddies, HFTs, and that's the only way forward, is probably future work. But yeah, that's something to look into, still talk about when I'm ready, maybe in the next 3 months' time, after the new year for sure.
I've no immediate plans to go into further education or a job. I'm hoping to make a little bit of money out of my book to help supplement my benefits. Really, I've no plans to leave the project as yet, because I'm enjoying it.
I mean, I'd like to carry on with the same things, really. I mean, if this project runs again or something similar, I'd definitely be interested in that, because it's about developing the skills and developing experience. Ideally, I would like to move towards employment in some form and kind of be doing the same things that I am doing around video, photography, and other areas like the already described stuff, to be moving towards employment with that. In any form, really. I mean, I'm not sort of hoping to sort of leap straight into full-time paid work. It's about building up the experience and building up the portfolio, and maybe managing to go from doing it voluntarily to doing it for a small amount of money, or once you've demonstrated that you can do it, you can maybe approach funders and maybe approach other organisations with a bit more confidence that yes, I can do this. So I can say over the next year, maybe I'll be able to do a few short videos there with the funding attached, having done it voluntarily in the first place. I also think about education, and I've been through uni and really enjoyed it, and I'd be happy to do that. It's almost more just thinking about the cost of things and what's best focusing on next, and how best to acquire the skills, the relevant skills in some ways. It's more sort of barrier than anything else.
Right, yeah, the best thing, it's just learning new things, trying new things. When you learn something new and you've actually overcome your fear of like jumping in and doing it, you build confidence, and it gives you that bit of a push to try new things outside BTM.
Back to me, please, for the film.
Yeah, so what I like about it is it's got a more independent like team to it, so it's not like school. You can choose what you wanna research about and then do it your way.
Well, the best thing I like about here is calm, peaceful, relaxing, and we get along with everyone.
The socialising, the learning different elements, iPads, every equipment that you have, the technology, software, your cameras, all your other devices, your tablets.
The best thing about the project is meeting other people every week, sharing ideas. It's stimulating and interesting. It gets me out of the house. Really, it's something to look forward to every week. And I think it's quite practical and helpful in learning new skills as well.
Kind of everything. Like, it's really good to be given a free brief and to come and be able to say what you're interested in doing and how that might be able to inform the projects you're doing. So being broadly given that free brief, it's also then you need to be kind of reined in and think what is really feasible, and that's part of it. So you kind of want that. You don't want to be tell yourself you can do something incredible and it's unrealistic, and a year later you're just sort of really broken up about it because it didn't happen the way you wanted. So it's really good to have that pre-brief and have people who feel like are listening, who will respond to what you're saying and do their best to support you, people with expertise, and it's a friendly place coming here. It's also, it feels like quite a sort of protective environment in terms of feeling safe and not too busy and not lots of people, which sometimes is nice to feel like, when I was at uni, I liked that. I liked the fact that it was this like big organisation with felt like there's a lot of stuff going on and there was that kind of buzz of student life. But equally, I do suffer from a lot of anxiety, and I do find it's a major stumbling block that prevents me from engaging with opportunities and activities. If things are overbearing or have a lot of social interaction or are just very busy, that can at times prevent me from doing what other